So welcome. Welcome to this moment. Welcome to this sacred moment. We have many people, many wise people today on the call and will help us talk about growing the sacred right where we are, in the midst of us, right here. A couple of people came back from Unity Village, talked about oneness and how close God is to us, thinking that it's out there, but it's actually us. Here's, maybe I'll just go in order of, actually, if I'm going to go in order of wisdom, let's start with the Native Americans. Growing the sacred. What we hold sacred, we cherish, we protect, and we nurture. In an ethical vacuum, where nothing is sacred, we are likely to abuse what we would otherwise honor. As the borders of the sacred diminish, sounds like the world we're in, the empire of sorrow expands. Sin is the negative space of the sacred. The work of faith is the restoration of the sacred. We must help others to discover the value of life. In everything around them, we must grow the sacred. We must fill in the blank spaces with reverence and the empty spaces with respect. We must fill in the blank spaces with reverence and the empty spaces with respect. Do we do that in our life, or do we fill it up with distraction? Cell phones, television, all sorts of stuff that moves us off our center. But this is the place that we begin. This is the place that we are. This is the place where our identity is. Our true identity as sacred beings, spiritual beings having a human experience, as we say. Here is a book, one of my favorite books, only in paperback at this point. God is a Verb. It's a mystical Jewish tradition. The urge to call out to God is always answered simultaneously. As it is spoken, for ultimately there is no difference between the caller and that which is called. We do not have to search for God because the presence of the divine permeates all things. Where is the sacred in your life? Is it in your television set? Is it in the sports page? Thinking about somebody I live with. Where is the sacred in your life? Is it in the daily word? Is it in a book? Is it in your heart? Is it among us and between us? The sacred is present, here and now, in this now moment. Not in the past, not in the future. The holy moment is right now. And that is truly all we have, this now moment. Here's Hafiz. Now is the time. Now is the time to know that all you do is sacred. Now, why not consider a lasting truce with yourself and God? Now is the time to understand that all your ideas of right and wrong were just a child's training wheels, to be laid aside when you finally learn to live with veracity and love. We are a divine envoy that the Beloved has written a holy message upon. My dear, please tell me, why do you still throw sticks at yourself and God? What is it in that sweet voice inside that incites you to fear? Now is the time for the world to know that every thought and action is sacred. This is the time for you to compute the impossibility that there is anything but grace. Now is the time to know that everything we do is sacred. Let's breathe that in. Sit back in your chair. Smile. that we are immersed in grace. Breathe in gratitude through the heart. Breathe in. Breath is a sacrament because God is everywhere. And exhale. Fully releasing what is not yours to do in the moment. And returning to center. Breathe in gratitude through the heart. Breathe in. Hold it. And exhale. In work, in play, in life, how we do something expresses who we are and how we live in the world. And it teaches people and it gives them permission to be better in the world too. Let's just hold that for ourselves today. That we rise. Like the lotus out of the muck, we rise and grow the sacred in this moment. Let's take that into a moment of silence. Rising now to grow the sacred. If you find yourself drifting to the past or the future, gather yourself back to center, not judging any thought, not arguing with it, not agreeing with it. Just drop back down to center. Let it pass by. Drop back down to the center. Be with Spirit in the silence. Stay in your heart center as we grow the sacred together, between the notes and the space between the notes. Just be with Spirit. We remember this place of peace and restoration, our own heart center, where Spirit waits for us to be present, to remember who we are. From this place, we can grow the sacred any place. Rooted here, we are powerful spiritual beings who can claim dominion in the world through love, through spirit, through joy. This place of power. We remember this place. Thank you very much for joining me today. Powerful.